My name is Numla Lavanreddy. I am from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College. My roll number is 21951A6653. My branch name is CSE AI and ML Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. I am from Section A. I am here to present a tech talk video on the chemistry subject. I have selected a topic from chemistry. The topic name is a study of water trees in polymers under different conditions. Here, water trees. What is water trees? Let us discuss about water trees in next slide. Here, the definition of water tree is nothing but any of several chiefly tropical plants with fluids that may be used as an emergency source of drinking water. Here, what is tropical plants means the plants which grows in naturally in tropical climate, that is tropical plants. Now the water trees are let us know what are the water trees. First one is a large ceylonous pitcher plant, also called as Nepenthes nistratoria. The the pitcher plant can be the pitcher plant fluid can be used as a medicine. It can be taken through mouth for digestive problems like acidity, etc. Now the pitcher plant can be used. Its leaf and roots are can be used for medicine purpose. This is about the Psilocybe pitcher plant. The next one is an African woody vane. It is also called as Tetracera potatoria, that yields abundant watery sap when a large stem is cut. The third one is any of several chiefly arborescent Australian plants as of the family Proteaceae that yield a watery sap when the bark or roots are cut, especially a needlewood, also called Acacia leucopetra, that stores water in its thickened roots. Here, a new word is the watery sap. Let us know about what is watery sap. Water sap means it is a plant fluid. When the when sap moves up through xylem, it carries water and minerals. When it comes down through phloem, it carries water and food. This is about watery sap. Next one is what is XLPE cables? XLPE cables are the cross-linked polyethylene cable. This have been used in power grid in China for many years for its excellent performance. But with the tree degradation occurring in the XLPE cables which were put into use earlier, more and more cable insulation breakdown accidents happened. Consequently, study on the water train phenomenon and factors influence it are great significance, either to understand the mechanism of polymer aging or to safely operate the power cable. Now, let us discuss about water trees that developed three. What are the three polymers developed by the water trees? The first one is silicon rubber polyethylene. Third one is PMMA, that is polymethyl methacrylate. Here, what is silicon rubber means? Silicon rubber is an elastomer composed by silicon. It is elastomer. Elastomer is the rubber like the which is composed by silicon. Now, the study emphasis was put on the influence of the hydrophilic character and Young's modulus to the water growth, and the comparison of LDPE. LDPE means the low density polyethylene. It is the comparison of LDPE sample before and after water treatment shows that the dielectric parameters have great change. The dielectric parameters have great change. This experiment provides a reliable basis to study the water trees growth and development of new types of resistant water trees materials. In this slide, we discussed about three polymers, that are silicon rubber, polyethylene, PMMA. Next one. Let us do a experimental method and procedure. Take a test cell. IEC TS61956 is recommended. The test cell should be IEC TCS61956. The test cell can be used repeatedly. We can use this test cell repeatedly, but we have to replace it by specimens. The only thing need to do this is to replace the specimens. The test cell IEC TS61956 can be used repeatedly, but the specimen should be replaced. We can see the test cell in the diagram. In diagram we observe that 7 holes were made by the elicited needle with radius of 1 to 11 meter in the center of the specimen, which act as initiative point of water trees. The NaCl solution was made to imitate the humid environment of the laid cable. Now, the specimens were fixed into the test cell and assembled into the electrode. In the diagram we observe that the specimens are fixed into the test cell and assembled in the electric root. This is the diagram we can see. Next, the frequency of the power supply can be changed. The frequency of the power supply can be changed by the transducer with a range of 4 hazard to 400 hazard. The semiconductive paper was used to protect the whole electric root. To protect this whole electric root, which is assembled in specimens, are protected by semiconductive paper, which can burn out in a circumstance of short circuit if one of the specimens is breakdown. When one of the specimens breakdown, we use semiconductor paper which protect the whole electric root. Now, after aging, the samples were cut into slices and added with methylene blue and observed using optical microscope with an amplification of 100x. Next, let us discuss about the test factors that influence in water treeing. The first one is aging time and the second one is frequency. These are the two influence factors. The influence of factors that influences water treeing. Let us discuss about these two briefly. The first one, the first test factor is aging time. The length of the water tree grows with the aging time, while the other experimental conditions are the same. Here, with the increase in the aging time, that length of the water tree also increases. In order to research the relation of aging time and the length of the water tree, the experiments were carried out under the conditions as follows. To know how the length of the water tree grows with the aging time, we have to we decided this through experiments that the experiments should be conducted under these conditions. The frequency should be taken as 50 Hz. The electric field should be 7 kV. The concentration of salt solution should be 1.8 mm per liter. The radius of needle tip should be 10 mu. Now, this condition should be seen in the graph figure 3, relation of time and water tree growth. With the increase in we can see in the graph, with increasing aging time, the length of the water tree also grows. This is about the factor 1. The process of water treeing is divided into 3 stages. Here, the process of water treeing is divided into 3 stages. For the first one is water absorption stage, and the second one is the tree initiation stage, and the third one is tree propagation stage. Here, water tree grows rapidly in the period after the tree initiation stage. When the initiation stage completed in the water tree grows rapidly in the period of after the initiation stage. Okay, and then the growth speed decreases in the water tree grows to a certain range. After the water tree grows to a certain range, the growth speed will be decreases as you show in the graph. Next, let us discover about the another test factor, that is frequency. The frequency of electrical field affects the length of the water trees dramatically. The water trees which were aging under the frequency of 200 Hz were much larger than that aging under 15 Hz. Otherwise, the specimens which were aging under the frequency of 200 Hz were easily to break down, while the failure never happened in the specimens aging under 15 Hz. Then this indicates that high frequency component is the main factor contributes to water treating compared to the low frequency component in service cables. Figure shows the relation of length of water tree and frequency in different aging time. Here, when the high frequency component is there, the water treeing is the length of the water trees increases. Here, the high frequency component is the main factor that contributes to water treeing when we compare to the low frequency component. So this is the figure 5 is the relation of frequency and water tree length. Next, let us discuss about the material properties of water tree. First one is hydrophilic character, second one is Young's modulus, and third one is dielectric response comparison. Now, a recent review of the literature indicates that there is no distinct relation between the morphological parameters of polymers such as melt index, density, or crystallinity, or the growth of the water tree. But the study on water treeing in different polymers will supply useful information for understanding water tree mechanisms. Let us discuss about these material properties of water treeing briefly. Now, first one is hydrophilic character. Hydrophilic character of materials can be evaluated with contact angle. Hydrophilic material usually have contact angle of 90 degrees. The hydrophilic character or material have contact angle of 90 degrees. Yeah, water treeing experiments were carried in 3 materials. First one is silicon rubber polyethylene PMMA under the same aging condition of 3.85 kV applied voltage, 100 Hz frequency, 600 hours aging time, 1.8 m per liter NaCl solution. Under these conditions, hydrophilic character is described. Here we have discussed about silicon rubber polyethylene PMMA in the first slide itself. Next, let us discuss about what is Young's modulus. The local deformation of the polymers reveals an important destruction of the material. One factor determines local deformation of the polymers is Young's modulus. Here, silicon rubber has the smallest Young's modulus and gives the longest. Smaller the Young's modulus, greater will be the water tree length. Now, while PMM has biggest Young's modulus, but no water tree can be observed. Here, when compared to silicon rubber, PMM has very biggest Young's modulus, but its water tree cannot be absorbed. This phenomenon can be explained in the electromechanical considerations. The smaller the Young's modulus is, the strain of the material is bigger. The crazing of the polymer would occur. Thus, facilitate the water tree growth. Contact angle of 90 degrees. The smaller the Young's modulus, greater will be the length of the tree. We have to know that. Now, water treeing experiments were carried in 3 materials. that are silicon rubber, polyethylene, and PMMA. Under the same aging condition of 3.85 kV applied voltage, 100 voltage frequency, 600 H aging time, 1.8 m liter NaCl solution. We can see that silicon rubber has the biggest contact angle and give the longest water tree, which has the smaller young modulus. Here PMM has the smallest contact angle, which suggests it's the most hydrophilic one, but it is most resistant to water tree growth. Here silicon rubber PMM 2 we taken. Silicon rubber has biggest contact angle, smaller Young's modulus, and gives longest water tree. But PMM has smallest contact angle. It has a uh, more Young modulus, which not gives the water tree growth. It resists the water tree growth. PMMA. Now let us discuss the last one, dielectric response comparison. The importance of dielectric properties is twofold at least. Firstly, the dielectric properties provide information on the mechanism of water tree. Secondly, if water trees behave differently from the non-degraded polyethylene, a diagnostic method for water tree is possible. Now, let us conclude the topic. This we have did experiments and we studied so many graphs also. Based on the established evaluation method, statistical results shows that the external factors like age and time, frequency, electrical field, dielectric constant of saline solution, and etc. have power function relationship with the length of the water trees. The comparison of LPA sample before and after water treatment shows that the dielectric constant of the aged sample has greatly increased. The dielectric loss and zero has increased as well. So, wideband dielectric spectrum can be used as a detective method for degree of water tree degradation. This is about my topic. Thank you.